I'm Dustin with Rocky Mountain ATVMC, and today I'll be showing you how to set up a Hinson Clutch Basket. Alright, now as you can see, we have two different clutch baskets here. Now on the back side of our clutch baskets, the Hinson, as you can see, does not have a primary driven gear. So we have to take the one that's on our OEM clutch, we need to remove it and install it onto our Hinson. Now depending on your clutch design from your bike, you might have bolts or rivets. Now if you have the bolts, you can pull those out, remove the retaining plate, then transfer over the primary driven gear to the new clutch. Now, if you have the rivets like we do, you're going to need to grind them off. So today we're going to show you how to do it right. All right, now to do this job, we're just going to need a few basic hand tools. So here we've got our grinder, we've got a inch-pounds torque wrench, 3/8" drive ratchet, we've got a punch, hammer, we'll need some high-strength thread locker, as well as some rags, safety glasses, and some contact cleaner. All right, now as you can see, we already have our clutch basket removed. So to get to this point, you will want to refer to your service manual on how to remove your clutch basket. Now there are two methods on how we can remove the primary driven gear. Now we've got some rivets here. We can either drill them out with a drill bit, then punch them through with a punch and hammer, or we can use a grinder and then grind off just enough material that we need to remove the retaining plate. Now when you're grinding the heads off of the rivets, only remove what's necessary to get the plate off. All right, so now that we've got the heads of our rivets ground off, we can now remove the plate and the primary driven gear. All right, so now that we've got our primary driven gear removed, we can now remove the rubber grommets in here, these bushings. Once we get these removed, we can clean off the primary gear with some contact cleaner. All right, so now that we've got our primary driven gear cleaned up, we can now get ready to install it onto our new clutch basket. Now, depending on your setup, you may need to reuse these rubber bushings that have come out of the OEM clutch. However, on our clutch, we have new bushings ready for us, so next we can just remove the retaining plate on our new clutch basket. All right, so now that we've got the retaining plate removed, we can now clean off the threads on the fasteners that we have just removed with some contact cleaner. So next we can take our primary driven gear and get it installed onto the backside of our aftermarket clutch. Now, depending on your setup or what you've got going on, you can use some WD-40 to lubricate to assist the installation of the gear, or you can use some engine oil and coat these rubber bushings. All right, so now that we've got those lubricated, we can install our primary driven gear. So once we've got that seated onto our clutch basket, you want to inspect it to make sure that it's fully seated onto the backside of the clutch basket. Once you've got that taken care of, we can take our red Loctite and we're going to apply it liberally to the thread of the fasteners and then into the holes on the backside of the basket. Then we can install the retaining plate, then insert the fasteners and torque them to 40 inch-pounds. When torquing these fasteners, make sure to torque them down in a crisscross pattern. All right, so now that we've got those torqued, we're going to flip the clutch basket over. We're going to clean up any leftover Loctite. And then where the bolts or the fasteners come through to the inside of the clutch basket, we're going to take our punch and hammer and we're going to peen the fasteners. All right, and that's it. Next, we can take this over to the bike and get it installed. Now, when you're installing this in your bike, always be sure to reference your service manual for proper procedures and torque specs. And it's always a good idea that when you're installing a new clutch basket to go ahead and throw in a new clutch back along with it. And when you install that new clutch back, make sure that you soak your friction discs in oil before installing them. And that's it. That's really all there is to it. Now, if you like this video and you want to see more, be sure to hit the like button, then subscribe to our YouTube channel for more product spotlights, how-tos, and top 5s. I'm Dustin with Rocky Mountain. Thanks for watching, and keep the wrenches turning.